What is a squeeze? Part of the From Stone to Screen Introductory video series. A squeeze in general refers to a molding or cast of an object made by pressing a pliable substance around or over it. An epigraphic squeeze in particular is the impression of an inscription on stone, like these ancient fragments seen in this photo. An epigraphic squeeze uses filter paper, also pictured here, which is porous but strong paper used for filtering liquids and most often employed in the field of chemistry. The process of creating a squeeze is as follows. First, the filter paper is dampened and placed atop the inscription. Next, a custom horsehair brush is used to hit the paper at the correct angle so that the paper is pressed into the grooves of the stone. The paper is left to dry, and you can see in the photos here how much harder it is to read the original stone's carved words on the left. They already become much more clear with the filter paper laid across the letters. Let's see this process in action. Step 1. Preparation. In this video, a student demonstrates the squeeze making process using an angled brush to drive the paper into the inscription. Although this technique is pretty straightforward, you have to be careful to hit the inscription at just the right angle so the paper doesn't tear. Step 2. Removal. Once the paper has dried, it is carefully peeled off. The student here takes his time to make sure he doesn't rip the paper. It doesn't take long for a squeeze to dry in the hot sun, but you still don't want to rip your squeeze and waste your time and your filter paper. The finished product peels off, fully intact, and a mirror copy of the inscription is revealed. But think about this. How easy is it to read mirrored words? These letters are a good example of the words on a squeeze, and they say, so you end up with something like this, which can be very hard to read. But some of our stones might actually look like this and be harder to read, especially with letters missing and no idea what the text said originally. Still, these backwards copies of ancient inscriptions are incredibly valuable tools for research in the field of Greek and Latin epigraphy. When encountered in the field, inscriptions are most commonly located on immovable stones, but squeezes allow scholars and researchers to virtually transport the stone to research institutions worldwide. So even in the 21st century, we are using this simple technology that only requires water, filter paper, a horsehair brush, and of course an inscription, as the best way to study the words carved by ancient people hundreds and even thousands of years ago. From Stone to Screen would like to thank the financial support provided by the Teaching and Learning Enhancement Fund and by the Department of Classical, Near Eastern, and Religious Studies at the University of British Columbia. For more information, visit FromStoneToScreen.com and click on Multimedia for more videos.
Of